Certain foods have a correct way of eating them. What are some wrong ways to eat those foods? My friend from the Middle East made dolmas for a mutual friend of ours. She dropped them off and then left. Not knowing what they were, he peeled the grape leaves off and ate the inside. I tried to tell him he was supposed to eat the whole thing, and he didn't believe me. When she found out he ate them that way, she got really upset, since she spent all that time rolling the dolmas only for him to just eat the filling. A girl I went to high school with would pop whole cloves of garlic in her mouth. Eating canned soup by drinking it straight out of the can like a beverage. Eating cereal with a fork. Edit. Thanks for the gold, stranger. My sister is a freak of nature, and she eats her banana kind of like corn on the cob. She will peel the banana halfway, and then scrape the sides with her teeth making it shiny, and then she would eat the center remains. I think she should have been put up for adoption. Edit. I will say she's smart enough to not do this in public. She does this in the privacy of being at home where her family can shame her. Once I had a substitute teacher just drink an entire bottle of steak sauce. One go. In my personal opinion, there is no right way to consume steak sauce, but that man found one of the worst. Seeing it slowly glug 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 down his throat, its pure viscosity making each swig a concentrated effort, was absolutely horrifying. I never wish to see something that unpleasant again. Korean thing. People order bibimbap and don't mix it up, then try to eat it with chopsticks. Pretty hilarious to watch. I'm trying to think of an American equivalent to this, but I'm failing. Hard-boiled egg, still in its shell. Holding your cup with your hand inside the cup. Edit. Thanks for the silver, stranger. One day I was walking home, and a friend was walking the same path. He was the kind of troublemaker kid who was genuinely funny, and knew when to actually stop when things got too far. This time he didn't. I gave him my orange, and he said thanks, right before eating it like an apple. I almost fell over by how disgusting it was. He didn't flinch. He didn't spit out the peel. He didn't do anything. It was so wrong. That was a free $50 challenge at my high school. Eat a lime in 5 bites with the peel on. I made that $50 easily. Edit. Yes, more than 5. It was to maximize the bitterness. I didn't make the challenge, I just participated. Edit 2. Yes, $50. The guy was in our MTG group. $50 was not very much to him. My first generation Italian wife prepared spaghetti for me before we were married. I asked if she cared how I ate it. She was like, no. So I asked for a knife and fork and cut it up. She was mortified. When I studied abroad, there were some Italian guys in my dorm. They watched me make spaghetti for dinner one night. As soon as I broke the noodles in half before putting them in the pot, they were upset with me. Soup in a plate with a straw. This doesn't apply to those who need straws to be able to eat soup. I had a friend in high school who would eat a taco in the most peculiar way that I'm at a loss to easily describe. He started by taking a huge bite out the top middle. Then he would eat the little flaps around his bite mark and take another bite out of the middle and nibble off the edges again. When all the lettuce, tomato, and cheese parts were gone and it was just a little tortilla boat of meat, he would just eat that all in one go. I should mention that the last I heard about him, there was speculation he was now working for the CIA. My very Anglo grandparents came to visit when I was 5 and took me and my sister out to eat at our favorite Mexican restaurant. We all ordered tacos, hard shell. They proceeded to cut the tacos with a knife and fork. I proceeded to exhale chewed up tacos out my nose because I couldn't stop laughing. I was eating ramen noodles with my friends and my Asian friend laughed because I would twirl the ramen in the ladle spoon thinga magica like I would with spaghetti. I was featured on her Snapchat story real quick. Carbonated beverages with your mouth sealing the bottle. Good way to get pressurized CO2 in your nose. My wife drinks everything from a bottle this way. Slams it back like Napoleon Dynamite chugging Gatorade after an intense dance sesh. It's the little things that keep love alive. My cousin once insisted this was correct when confronted on it. 1. Fill bottom of bowl with a generous helping of Parmesan cheese. 2. thrown on a pile of hot, freshly cooked spaghetti noodles. 3. Dump some cold sauce out of the fridge on top. That's the whole point, the mix of hot and cold. And you can scrape up cheese with every bite. I also once had a neighbor who ate ketchup soup. It was ketchup poured into a bowl and eaten with a spoon. Oh, edit. Carrot removedr superfluous carrot a. I once had a friend who ate mangoes peel and all. He said that he didn't understand why people liked them. He thought they tasted like pancake batter. Correct. A few drops of Tabasco sauce to spice up food. Incorrect. Snort a teaspoon of Tabasco sauce up your nose like my nephew did to win a bet with his brother. Eat ramen block dry with the seasoning. I used to do it all the time in elementary school. Just make sure you have something to drink. My ex-grandfather-in-law was a retired officer and served as a dentist. The first time I met him, he offered me a cup of coffee. I was very nervous meeting him. He was a very well-established man, and he meant a great deal to my ex, so I was focused on making a good first impression. I accepted his offer, and he made me a cup of coffee how I liked it, black, and handed it to me. I was about to take a sip, and he said back quote wait. He went and grabbed a straw, and educated me on the horrors of what hot coffee hitting my poor teeth does, and the immense damage to the enamel it caused. So, as to not be rude, I shotgun steaming hot coffee to the back of my throat via a straw for the next 20 minutes while we talked. Had a burn for the next 4 days in the back and roof of my mouth. Nearly all food should go in the mouth, so eating through the anus would be considered wrong for things like spaghetti, pineapple, sliced ham, and broccoli etc. Eating tacos by pushing the insides out of the shell with your fingers into your mouth. Edit. I'm usually fairly inactive in comments, so this is my first award. Very much appreciated. I like to braid spaghetti then freeze it and eat an ice cold pasta Twizzler. Edit. Holy duck my inbox. I'm glad I could bring joy, laughter, disgust, and in one interesting case homicidal rage to you all. You ever seen a man eat a pomegranate like an apple? It changes you. Edit. I'm so happy my harrowing experience has given so much to think about. Thanks for my first silver. I'm really surprised. Edit 2. You guys are hilarious. Thank you so much for my first gold and second silver. Had a friend who was a slow eater and wanted the milk to stay cold while he ate his cereal. His solution: ice. I put Oreos in a cup, fill the cup with milk, drink the milk, then eat the Oreos with spoon. Eating Necco wafers without pretending to take communion. There are psychopaths out there who actually eat the whole goddamn apple, core and all. You're not supposed to take a bite of a piece sushi and then put it back down on the plate. You have to either stuff the whole thing in your mouth or hold it until it's finished. If you put it back on the plate in front of the chef, they take it away. I think this is a hardcore Japanese traditional rule, but that's what I was told at a legit traditional Japanese sushi restaurant in SF. Edit. Yeah, I don't know what to do with an oversized piece of sushi either, but I have a big ass Steve Tyler mouth, so I usually just go for it. I usually cut the banana in half and eat the insides with a small spoon. It's like a little bowl of banana. People always tell me how dumb they think it is, so I guess my way is the incorrect one, but I don't care. I love my banana bowl. I once saw a lady on TV who said that bananas should be eaten with a fork. I've never met anyone who does that IRL though. Edit. Wow, how this thread has blown up. I had 100 karma when I got up this morning. Cereal with water. Anyone who eats an onion like an apple is wrong. Also, biting into a taco from side instead of the ends is just pure evil. Eating a Pringle upside down so that you bite down onto the sides. There is a dish in China, Chinese restaurants, called xiao long bao, which is similar to dumplings, except with thinner skin and soup inside. Xiao long bao is supposed to be steamed and eaten when it is still hot. You are supposed to bite a small hole on the skin and suck the soup first. A very common wrong way to eat xiao long bao is to put the whole bao inside the mouth and then discover the extremely hot soup exploding inside your mouth the moment you bite down. It is a pretty painful experience. If you bite into the Kit Kat hole, I will find you and I will redact it for violating Reddit's rules you. So true. Kit Kats should eaten by slowly sucking off all the chocolate first, then swallowing the whole bar in one gulp. Edit. Fixed punctuation. Caviar sucked straight out the fish cunt. My dad eats grilled cheese with grape jelly on it. Eating the pizza crust first, and eating a piece of candy corn in one bite. That's wrong. You're supposed to eat them color by color. Change my mind. So I'm not a huge fan of shrimp. I think they are big bugs, and I hate the stupid poop vein thing. One time I got taken out for work to a seafood place, and someone ordered some shrimp. I decided I'd try to be open-minded, and have some shrimp and stuff. Well, I ate some of the shrimp, and it was even grosser than before. And it was crunchy. I find out later that shrimp prepared this way have shells and you are supposed to take the shells off before you eat them. I was not amused. So my answer is eating shrimp with shells still on. Take your favorite bag of chips with a heavy seasoning to them. Salt and vinegar, barbecue, dill, ketchup, whatever works. Crush the entire contents of the bag into a fine powder and then lick the contents off your gross, weirdly stained claw of a hand. I knew someone who would eat a burger layer by layer, from the top down. Now, eating a burger with a knife and fork is one thing, but layer by layer, also with a knife and fork, is just a whole other thing I don't have the mental or emotional strength to deal with. Not looking at the Skittle colors before you eat them. Grapes are supposed to be plopped into one's mouth. Stop peeling them. I have a friend. He bakes potatoes, then eats them like an apple. No butter, no sour cream, no chivas, just eats it straight like a goddamn apple.